Jesus Christ.
In the Bible, the meeting between God and the human oftentimes occur on a mountain. Years back, when I was assigned to Argentina, my superior sent me to Santiago de Chile to study Spanish. So during January 1st in Chile, January 1st is not a holiday of obligation. 3 European SVD missionaries decided to go up to the mountain of Los Andes, and I decided to go with them. So we started climbing the mountain. I thought climbing the mountain was easy. But as we started to go up and up and up, I got afraid because the mountains there have no vegetation, no trees that you can cling on to, just bare rocks. And as I was climbing, I started to climb on my I was climbing already on my all fours, and I got embarrassed when the mountain goats started climbing and running, and I was climbing on my all fours. But to make the story short, I got to the summit of the mountain where my 3 Divine Word missionaries were waiting for me. And I couldn't forget that struggle, the fear that I might not reach the summit, that I might fall. But when I reached the summit, I saw the beauty around the summit of that mountain. You could almost reach heaven there. I think I felt that way. And some clouds were lying low below the summit. It was really a beauty to behold. Now, going back to the readings for today, in the readings of the Transfiguration, we hear in the first reading that the Son of Man will show His glory. And in the second reading, Peter and the disciples became witnesses to this beautiful event. And Jesus, the source of that, those retelling of the stories, shown with His tremendous glory, and He related that, He associated that transfiguration with His suffering. What does this mean for us? All of us, we are daughters and sons of the Father. The sonship of Jesus was affirmed in this encounter when He was transfigured, and God the Father told Him, "This is my beloved Son." In each one of us, woman, man, daughters, and sons of God, we have that tremendous potential to shine, to really show to others that we are daughters and sons of the Father. But it takes a long while. It takes one to embrace the suffering here on earth so that the glory can shine in us and through us. We don't have to wait for that occasion to happen. In our day-to-day activities, when we are able to have this conversation with others, and if we are aware that we have that bright shining light within us, that we are daughters and sons of the Father, and we come from that realization, our conversation, our dialogues will be a great dialogue that will evoke in the other that he is or she is the daughter and son of the Father. Oftentimes, it takes a lot of courage to go behind our biases, our prejudices, our own tendency to isolate ourselves so that we can communicate with others. And also it takes that contemplative dimension in our lives to always listen to the Father who is addressing us, telling us we are loved so much, telling us that we are daughters and sons, so that being convinced by that in faith, we can invoke in others the beauty and the brightness and the goodness of being sons and daughters of the Father. When somebody tells us that he or she loves us, something in us is evoked tremendously. We feel so light, we feel so happy. When God tells us that, we become aware that we are daughters and sons of the Father. And our response to life will become different, tremendously different. We are transfigured, meaning to say, we act, we talk, we move differently because we are coming from the perspective that we are safe, we are tremendously loved by the Father, and that it is okay to risk because it's part of our day-to-day living. Risking because we know that the Father is always with us. Our mountain probably would be risking climbing that mountain, that challenge in our lives, so that in every event and every encounter, we will be transfigured, not because so many beauty things are given to us, but rather we are convinced that God loves us tremendously. From that conviction, we can be transfigured. Jesus showed us the way, and he said, that way will lead us to our own cross. Oftentimes, we humans, we want to shine, but we don't want to accept our cross. To be transfigured like the Son of God means to always listen to the Father who gives us the courage, the confidence, so that we can take up our cross and later on shine, evoke the goodness, the beauty of God in us, so that we can evoke in others that they are sons and daughters of God.